Okay, so I have got this parcel from Longcom Garden Centre with Jubaea Chilensis specially discounted because it was set back in winter and then it's been regrowing. This is what they've sent me, so I'm waiting to open this with bated breath to see what condition it's in. Because remember, they have said it's growing nicely now. They've said growing nicely, but it was set back and had a really hard winter. So I need to be careful when I'm opening it not to damage it. So this is what we're looking at. So as I was saying, there seems to be new growth in the middle. So I think it's spear pulled last winter. He said it's been recovering this winter. That does look like a proper Jubaea Chilensis. That is incredible. If that's right, yeah. Wow, it needs replanting compost wise. I need to repot this, but wow. That's exciting stuff. So, let's have a look and see what we've got here. Right, so we know, he did tell me, in all fairness, that the roots were going to be, the pot soil and stuff, he was going to take stuff out. So I'm just, yes, as an existing pot, this is a lot better. Come see you done. So now I've got a larger pot. I'm not going to use the whiskey barrel because I might need to move it when the weather gets bad. I need to construct a framework. Yeah, Jubaea Chilensis. Right, it's the compost. Now we need this one. I won't be breathing that in. Put that in. There like that. Then possibly say that we've probably got a bit too much there now. So let's get rid of some of that. There you go. There you go. That. They chopped some of the roots, I think. It's not exactly scientific the way I do perlite mix, but let's have a look at this now. I looked at the mix from Hardy Palms. They sent me recently a Butiagris, and I looked at the mix that they sent me. There was an awful lot of perlite in, because I was thinking, do I add perlite or do I add more grit, or do I add a mixture of the three? Should I put things at the bottom for drainage? I mean, at the end of the day, this is a temporary container because I need to, for the next few winters, to get this through, and then once it's growing strongly, it can be positioned in the garden. But it should be a beautiful pot. Now, as far as I know that it's not a Phoenix Canariensis that they've sent me, because they've got spiky bottoms around here. So this is a specialist palm which is able to cope with, supposedly as it gets bigger, with up to -10 in Celsius in temperatures. That's my understanding. And that's why I've got it, because it's got such a, it will have such a hardy look. It can still be vulnerable to things like spear pulling, which is where this bit in the centre comes out. In fact, this is regrown in the centre. It's brilliant. And I have heard stories of people who've had palms that it's regrown in the centre and it's been absolutely fine. So I'm not too worried, really, if I'm honest with you. I'm not too worried about that. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens to this, really. 245, I'll take the price tag off. Yeah, so actually it was 245 and I think he reduced it to 160. To be honest, a palm of that size, if it hadn't been cut down by winter, they could be asking £1,000. Prices are absolutely crazy for these palms now. So if I can get this through the next few